to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host, as always, Cammy! Now, I've got a huge, spectacular announcement at the end of this episode, so be sure to tune in and see what I'm talking about. Now, let's get on to the Pick of the Week and the Fast Five. The Pick of the Week from DC Comics is Secret Six, number 18, written by Gail Simone and John Ostrander, and art by J. Calafiore. Now, this originated in the Blackest Night Suicide Squad one-shot, and it was great because you had the Secret Six and the Suicide Squad. With John Ostrander writing, along with Gail Simone, it was just, it was a match made in heaven. It's just like, oh, two people who actually get it and know how to play around with these characters. Well, R.E.B.E.L.S is still under attack by the Black Lanterns, and now it's the Secret Six and the Suicide Squad kind of having to become allies for a short period of time just to make sure everyone can get out alive. Meanwhile, back at the House of Secrets, the headquarters for the Secret Six, you have Scandal Savage versus Amanda Waller. She's set the whole house on fire just to get Scandal to come out and fight. And then when the Secret Six and Suicide Squad, thanks to and Black Alice, open a portal and escape, they bring the Black Lanterns with them. So now they have to fight the Black Lanterns on their own home turf. Amanda Waller disappears, comes back with a manhunter and a couple of Dr. Light's flash bombs. With the combination of both light powers, all the zombies get obliterated. So she puts her offer back on the table to Deadshot, saying, hey, come on, you gonna come with us? Deadshot refuses as he shoots her in the chest. Doesn't kill her, but it's enough of a message to say, hey, Amanda, back off. And if that didn't blow your mind, just from that alone, the reveal of who Mockingbird at the end is, Mockingbird, the person who tells the Secret Six where to go, it's Amanda Waller. She's been playing them from both sides, and it's tremendous. I did not see that coming. I always thought, I wonder who Mockingbird is. Now we know. But it was a spectacular miniseries surrounded by the whole Blackest Night event. Didn't get weighed down in just lanterns, and you had Gail Simone and John Ostrander writing a tale to tell your grandchildren in many, many years down the line. So, great stuff. Hands down, Pick of the Week. Now on to the Fast Five. First up from Marvel, we have Ultimate Armor Wars, number 4. Now, I've been loving this little miniseries. It's been written by Warren Ellis, and he tells the story of Tony Stark going all over the globe trying to get the guy who's selling his own technology on the black market. Well, now he's traced back to London, and now that he finds out it's in America, so on the plane ride back over to America, his plane gets ambushed. These big sentry-looking Iron Mans come take him away. He's taken to an underground bunker, and he is introduced to his grandfather, Howard Stark Sr., who was supposed to be dead, but if you wanted to go and do some Black Ops missions back then, you had to pronounce yourself as dead. His grandfather needs an upgrade to his suit of armor, which is he's attached to. Like, he needs his suit to survive because he's part man, part machine. And the box, the super secret box that we've seen since issue 1, is finally open because his grandfather thinks that whatever the answer is going to be in this box. Well, it turns out it's not the answer he's looking for. It's a head of Tony from an alternate universe, and the nanites swarm and kill everyone in the room except Tony because he has his defenses up. It was a great miniseries. I love the little Iron Man stories like this, and especially when it's a great sci-fi writer like Warren Ellis. Do yourself a favor, go pick it up. Next up from DC, we have Rebels number 13. Now, this space odyssey continues as the Omega Men discover on this dead planet a poison that's going to kill Starro. Meanwhile, Vril Dox helps regrow Despero so he can help by giving his powers to this big laser cannon looking thing that's going to stun Starro physically, and then at the same time, like little bombs going to sever the psychic connection to his millions of armies, leaving him mortal, and then everyone's going to come in and kick his ass. Before this can happen, Brainiac 3, his son, who's a rebel himself in a different way, takes his dad out, says, hey, Starro's gonna die eventually, and Brainiac 3's telling, and he's telling his right-hand man, Smite, the same thing, like, hey, you're gonna be in charge of the armies now, I don't care about you, I have my squad settled with the dad. So meanwhile, take Starro, puts him right in front of his dad, and it's about to get bloody. Next up from Image, we have Haunt number 5. Now, unlike a lot of people, I am still loving this series. It's fun, every issue. We have The Notebook up for sale by this one spy who used to work for the agency named Mirage. Well, she is selling it to the guy who's been wanting it, but she tells her old agency, you know, just for shits and giggles, oh, by the way, this guy, I'm selling it to him. And so it takes place in a mall. Daniel and Kurt, who make up Haunt, they decide they want to go, even though, you know, they're not required to go. And sure enough, their actions help recover the notebook back. There's a traitor in the mists back at the agency. She blows the place sky high, escapes with the notebook, and now Haunt is going to come on as a full-time agent, as it seems. And Daniel's always wanted to do this. It sounds cool. His brother's been doing it for years, and, you know, his brother's going to help him along the way. So, you know, why not? Let's just jump into it head first. Next up from Vertigo, we have Daytripper number 3. Now, we continue to look into the life of Brajas as he dies at the end of the issue again. But it's a cool series because you get the whole story of this one point in his life, and then you see his untimely demise at the end. This one took me by surprise a lot. Remember back in issue 2, the girl he picked up in El Salvador? Well, they've been living together for 7 years back at the city, and she's decided she's wasted her time with this guy. He's boring, mediocre, she's been holding him back, and so it leaves a big crater-sized hole in Brajas' heart. He's looking for love, getting advice from his dad. His dad, a very famous author, is telling him, you know, everyone goes through this desert looking for that oasis called love. And Brajas really needs to take that advice to heart and go out and find that gal. Well, a year passes by, he does find that gal. In the supermarket, decides he doesn't want to talk to her. As he's leaving the supermarket, he's like, you know what, why the fuck not? Let me go take a chance. And as he's running back to the supermarket because, you know, she's a hot, cute girl, bam! Hit by a truck. Did not see that coming. And he's not the Wile E. Coyote. He can't really hold up a sign saying, ouch. But it's the art, it's the story, it's the colors that make this series just phenomenal. Gabriel Ba and Fabio Moon have just been blowing me away issue after issue. It's so great to see them finally working on something that they love, not some other creator-owned property. But this is their story, and they are sticking to it, making me a fan of it every step of the way. And finally this week from Marvel, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 620. Now, this continues to be one of my favorite Spider-Man arts in the longest of times. Why? Because I'm a huge fan of Mysterio. My opinion, great villain. Anyway, so Mysterio plans on killing all the gangsters in the mob by making them think they're gonna be, like, just using blood packets, while using Silvermane, this robotic mob boss, to just blow the place sky high. Well, there's some snags along the way. Spider-Man gets involved, Mr. Negative gets involved, so there's a huge fight happening in this theater. Devil's Breath is keeping Spider-Man from breathing, makes that much harder on him, and then the whole place goes sky high. Mysterio thinks he gets away. He's on a garbage barge with $3 billion, and he's going to go, you know, take it easy. Spider-Man blocks his plans once again, keeping him back in the city. Looks like, you know, it's all bad news for Mysterio, but the Chameleon approaches him at the end and says, hey, I got some friends who are interested in you. The Gauntlet's almost here! The art by Marcos Martin in this and Javier Pulido was just great. It was so beautiful. It's just a shame this original artwork isn't for sale, because if it were, I'd be I'd have bragging rights with my friends for years to come. So, Amazing Spider-Man continues to be kick-ass. I'm loving it. You should love it too. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there, you can subscribe to us on the RSS feed, on iTunes, Book of the Month, you know, write us reviews, etc. Yeah, you know the spiel. I've done it before. Now, on to the announcement. This April, I am going to be attending and covering and bringing you all the joys of WonderCon. That's right, it's going to be my first time this year going up to San Francisco for this event. I've heard nothing but great things about it. I'll still be doing Comic-Con, not to worry, but WonderCon's going to be in April, right before Comic-Con. I hope your guys are going to love it, because I'm going to love it too. So if you want to help out in any way, if you like the show, if you've been watching for years and years, and you want to help me, you know, get there, every little bit helps. If you want to send me a little donation, head on over to the website. There's a little PayPal donate button. every little, it could be $1, it could be $5. You know, I'm not demanding money, but if you like what you see and you want to help me get to WonderCon with like food and gas and what have you, please find it in your hearts to donate. And if you do donate, you are automatically entered into a raffle that I'll be having. I'm going to have a big old swag bag. And everyone, you know, top 5 people who donate are going to be getting something out of that swag bag. So, you know, it's not just your money going somewhere else. There's something in it for you too. So, with that being said, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy. Let's go watch the Olympics or get drunk and shit-faced because it is Valentine's Day, is it not? I'll meet you at the bar.